Bow Wow. Time for you to tell the truth. It's time. Bow Wow. It's time. Tell the truth.
I think it's a very, very messed up situation. You know what I'm saying? I think it's crazy. Like for me, I know I haven't seen anything to like hit the news that, as far as like our industry, that made me feel some type of way like for 3 days straight. Like I can't, like nah, I would have never thought it would. If it is the end, this would be the story of how it would end. It ain't gonna end like for me thinking on it, bruh supposed to be on a 250-foot yacht with his wife, leg up, chilling. This how you ride it out. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of us probably never thought that we would see this. But for me, it's like, it's just unreal. Like it seems unreal at times. I know me and Jermaine, we spoke about it, and I'm just like, I would never thought that we would see him in this position.
Bow Wow is making headlines in the wildest way after his former bodyguard allegedly leaked jaw-dropping footage of him getting a little too comfortable at one of Diddy's infamous parties. The buzz surrounding this revelation is unreal, especially since Bow Wow recently stirred the pot by admitting he missed those times. Turns out, what he really missed might have been the questionable activities that reportedly went down at Diddy's notorious gatherings. But here's where the story gets even messier. Insiders are now claiming Bow Wow wasn't just another guest. Allegedly, he was the main attraction at these parties, the centerpiece, the VIP entertainment for Diddy and his inner circle. The whispers about high-profile industry men bending over backward, literally, for the elites just won't stop. And now, questions are swirling about whether Bow Wow himself may have recorded some of these encounters. Bow Wow has been dominating headlines lately, and not for the best reasons. His peculiar ties to Diddy have people raising eyebrows like never before. Let's be real, Bow Wow has always been hip-hop's king of cringe. So it's no surprise that his latest comments about Diddy have left fans shocked and confused. During an appearance on Roxy Davis's podcast, Bow Wow casually reminisced about Diddy's infamous parties, even going so far as to claim that things have been boring ever since Diddy landed behind bars. Seriously, who says that? It's a wild statement, but for many, it wasn't all that surprising. Bow Wow has a knack for off-the-wall remarks, and this one has folks questioning just how close he might have been to the hip-hop mogul. Word on the street is that Bow Wow wasn't just a casual guest at Diddy's legendary parties. He allegedly enjoyed them because they gave him a chance to cozy up to Hollywood's elite for potential career boosts. Rumors suggest that Bow Wow didn't stumble into this exclusive world by accident. He was allegedly introduced to it at a very young age by mentors who guided his career. Bow Wow's entry into the entertainment industry came early, really early. He was just 6 years old when he caught Snoop Dogg's attention during a concert in his hometown. That chance encounter earned Bow Wow the opportunity to perform on stage with hip-hop legends like Snoop and Dr. Dre, a moment that would set the stage for his entire career. Snoop was so impressed by Bow Wow's talent and confidence that he decided to take the young rapper under his wing, even giving him the name Lil Bow Wow. But just as Bow Wow's career began to take off, Snoop's own path hit turbulence. Around that time, Snoop started clashing with Death Row Records due to the increasingly hostile East Coast-West Coast rivalry dominating the rap scene. This beef wasn't just bad for business, it was dangerous. The conflict claimed the lives of some of hip-hop's biggest names, and with Snoop caught in the chaos, Bow Wow's career trajectory took a sharp turn. Now with this leaked footage causing waves and resurfacing old rumors about Bow Wow's early Hollywood experiences, fans are left wondering, how much more is there to uncover? Bow Wow's career trajectory continued to fuel speculation about the influences that shaped his path. When Snoop decided to part ways with Death Row Records, he didn't just leave young Bow Wow to fend for himself in the cutthroat entertainment industry. Instead, Snoop introduced him to Jermaine Dupri, a move that many now believe marked the beginning of Bow Wow's troubles. According to whispers in the industry, Jermaine wasn't just a mentor. There are unsettling claims that he exploited Bow Wow and even introduced him to others in the industry, including Diddy, who allegedly subjected him to unimaginable experiences. Let's be real, nobody's exactly shocked to hear Jermaine's name tied to accusations like this. Comedian Cat Williams called it out years ago, publicly putting Jermaine and Diddy on blast for alleged misconduct involving minors. Cat didn't hold back, even labeling Jermaine as the king of PDF files, a pointed jab at the disturbing rumors that have circulated about him for years. One of the most infamous allegations tied to Jermaine involves his treatment of Kris Kross, the teenage duo he mentored. Cat Williams claimed that Jermaine had taken advantage of the young artists who were just 12 years old when they became a sensation. Tragically, one of the group members, Chris "Mac Daddy" Kelly, passed away in 2013 from a drug overdose. Chris' untimely death sparked speculation that he had been carrying immense trauma, potentially stemming from the alleged abuse he endured while working with Jermaine. There's a growing belief that Chris turned to substances to cope with the pain of his experiences in the industry. His passing left fans heartbroken, but it also reignited troubling questions about what really went down behind the scenes during his rise to fame. Adding to the controversy, Jermaine publicly portrayed himself as grief-stricken after Chris's death, shedding tears and speaking about their close bond. Yet, for many, his display of sorrow felt disingenuous, especially in light of the rumors that had dogged his reputation for years. Jermaine Dupri released a heartfelt statement following Chris's passing, which many saw as a tribute to the late Kris Kross member. "To the world, Chris Kelly was Mac Daddy," Jermaine wrote. "But to me, he was the son I never had. When I think about it, I spent more time with Chris and Chris than anybody in my whole life. So you can imagine how bad this hurts. I will always love you, Chris, and I will never let the world forget you." The statement painted a picture of a grieving mentor, heartbroken over the loss of someone he claimed to have loved like family. But as time passed, cracks began to show in Jermaine's public display of sorrow. When asked about Chris Kelly during a Vlad TV interview, Jermaine Dupri's demeanor raised eyebrows. Far from appearing grief-stricken, Jermaine seemed indifferent. Some even said he acted suspicious, stumbling over his words and struggling to recall Chris Kelly's name. Fans were quick to notice the inconsistency. For someone who had claimed to view Chris as a son, Jermaine's attitude struck many as dismissive and out of touch. It didn't take long for rumors to resurface about the tension between Jermaine and Chris in the years leading up to Chris's tragic death. Behind the public mourning, reports of bad blood began to surface, leaving many to wonder if Jermaine's grief was genuine or just a show for the cameras. Adding fuel to the fire, a bombshell accusation from a fan escalated the controversy. The fan claimed that Jermaine's public displays of grief were nothing more than a cover-up. "He's just trying to hide the fact that Chris sued him for serious allegations against him," the fan alleged. This claim, coupled with Jermaine's inconsistent behavior, only deepened suspicions about his true relationship with Kris Kross and what may have happened behind the scenes. The dissonance between Jermaine's emotional statements and his detached attitude in interviews left many questioning how much of his grief was authentic and how much was a calculated performance. A since-deleted comment that sparked widespread controversy read, "Yes, 17 years ago, you were preying on Kris Kross. There was even a lawsuit, which they won, but it was kept from the public." Jermaine Dupri didn't take the accusation lightly. He fired back at the fan and even threatened to sue the page that posted the comment. But the damage was done, and fans weren't buying his denials. With so many stories surrounding Jermaine's questionable actions involving young boys in the industry, his threats felt more like deflection than defense. One incident that has added to the skepticism involves a shocking video that recently began circulating. A former bodyguard from the infamous Tunnel nightclub spilled details about an unsettling incident involving Bow Wow when he was just 15 or 16 years old. According to the bodyguard, Bow Wow was preyed upon by a much older woman while under Jermaine Dupri's mentorship. At an age when Bow Wow should have been protected, Jermaine's actions, or lack thereof, became a glaring example of neglect. Instead of safeguarding the young artist, Jermaine Dupri's irresponsibility exposed Bow Wow to situations far too mature for someone his age. Even more troubling, Jermaine has never expressed any regret about what happened. In fact, a resurfaced video shows Jermaine proudly boasting about taking a young Bow Wow to the club. He openly bragged about introducing the teenage rapper to a lifestyle entirely inappropriate for his age. Jermaine's attitude seemed more focused on flaunting his access to the high life than reflecting on the potential harm his choices may have caused. But that's not all. The more fans dig into Jermaine's past, the more troubling stories they uncover. Rumors have also surfaced suggesting that Bow Wow may have been taken advantage of by a male bodyguard in Jermaine Dupri's limo. Bow Wow has denied these allegations, but fans couldn't help but notice how carefully he chose his words, as though he was withholding something. The vagueness of his denial left many wondering if there's more to the story than he's willing to admit. Adding to the intrigue, Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend, Erica Mena, has exposed unsettling truths about his emotional state. Erica revealed that Bow Wow carried deep trauma from his early years in the industry. This trauma reportedly manifested in anger issues and abusive behavior toward her during their relationship. According to Erica, Bow Wow's unresolved pain and frustration often resulted in him lashing out. Victims of trauma frequently channel their emotions in harmful ways. Some turn to substances or alcohol, others seek therapy, and sadly, many take out their pain on those closest to them. While this doesn't excuse Bow Wow's alleged behavior toward Erica, it sheds light on the potential root causes. If Bow Wow truly endured such harrowing experiences during his rise to fame, it's not surprising that his emotional scars would lead to destructive patterns in his personal life. Bow Wow's struggles bear striking similarities to those of Orlando Brown, another former child star who claims to have endured trauma during his time in the entertainment industry. Orlando, who allegedly suffered mistreatment involving Diddy, started out as a promising young talent. He starred in multiple Disney movies and seemed destined for a flourishing career in Hollywood. However, like Bow Wow, Orlando Brown's journey took a dark turn. His once promising future unraveled as reports of erratic behavior, substance abuse, and disturbing allegations emerged. The parallels between their stories paint a troubling picture of the dark side of fame, where young stars are exposed to unimaginable experiences, leaving lasting scars. Orlando's promising career took a sharp decline when his life spiraled out of control. It began with legal troubles in April 2007, when he was pulled over for a traffic violation in Texas. During the stop, police discovered marijuana in his car, leading to his arrest. At the time, Orlando was trying to kickstart a music career, but success continued to elude him. By 2011, Orlando's struggles had escalated. He was arrested again, this time for driving under the influence in Hollywood. It became evident that he was battling deeper issues, including alcohol abuse. His downward spiral continued in 2013 when another DUI landed him a 180-day jail sentence. Despite these setbacks, Orlando tried to push forward, but the troubles didn't stop there. In 2014, an audio recording surfaced, allegedly capturing Orlando making threats against an unnamed woman and her family. Orlando claimed the woman was a persistent stalker who wouldn't stop harassing him, but the incident resulted in him being charged with disturbing the peace. For a brief moment, it seemed Orlando might be turning his life around. He managed to land a few acting roles, giving fans hope that his career was back on track. However, by 2016, his life took another dark turn. Orlando found himself in police custody again, this time for an altercation with his girlfriend and possession of substances with intent to sell. These events marked a series of low points, showing a pattern of self-destructive behavior that echoed the struggles of other former child stars. Orlando's story serves as a sobering reminder of the challenges faced by young talents thrust into the spotlight too soon, forced to grapple with immense pressure and limited guidance. Orlando's troubles didn't end there. Each time he was due in court, he seemed to vanish without a trace. Authorities eventually tracked him down at a seedy Las Vegas hotel, a stark contrast to his once bright Hollywood life. This discovery prompted family and friends to intervene, staging an urgent effort to get him the help he desperately needed. Orlando was admitted to a rehab facility where he was supposed to stay for several weeks. But within just 1 week, he left, abandoning the program entirely. Not long after, a disturbing video began circulating online. It showed Orlando walking barefoot on the street, clutching what appeared to be a case of wine. In the background, a man could be heard shouting threats, warning Orlando to stay away from his home. The footage painted a devastating picture. Not only was Orlando grappling with severe addiction, but he was also homeless and spiraling out of control. Reports later revealed that Orlando's decline was tied to deeply traumatic experiences he endured in the entertainment industry. Allegedly, he faced horrific abuse during his time in the spotlight, acting out of jealousy rather than addressing the serious allegations head-on. Bow Wow's response, while dismissive, seemed to raise more questions than answers, leaving fans divided. The allegations, first fueled by Orlando Brown's cryptic and unsettling remarks, have cast a shadow over Bow Wow's career. Orlando, who has spoken openly about the alleged abuse he faced at the hands of powerful Hollywood elites, claimed that Bow Wow might have been subjected to similar traumatic experiences. In one chilling interview, Orlando referred to what he called the Panda Eyes ritual, a practice he alleged was used by secret circles in Hollywood to manipulate and exploit victims. According to Orlando, this ritual involves targeting nerves to make victims more submissive, leaving them with darkened eyes, a disturbing trademark of the abuse. Orlando's allegations have gone beyond cryptic remarks. He explicitly named influential figures, including Diddy, Will Smith, and even Michael Jackson, as part of his harrowing accounts of exploitation. These claims, though unverified, painted a grim picture of a young star whose bright career was overshadowed by a cycle of abuse and manipulation. In another shocking revelation, Orlando accused Diddy of inappropriate behavior during one of his infamous parties. The interview, with its unsettling details, reignited conversations about the exploitation of young talents in the entertainment industry. Adding fuel to the fire, Orlando's bizarre comment about Bow Wow during an interview with Funny Marco went viral. When asked about Bow Wow, Orlando casually replied, "Bow Wow has a good pee." The cryptic remark sparked a frenzy online, with fans speculating whether it was a veiled reference to deeper, darker truths tied to the persistent rumors about Diddy's parties. Social media lit up, with fans tagging Bow Wow directly to demand a response. One tweet read, "I hope you aren't going to let Mr. Orlando slide like that." Bow Wow eventually addressed the buzz, but instead of putting the rumors to rest, his response added another layer of confusion. Since when do legends get to speak on Effie? Bow Wow tweeted, "I'm filming my new TV show and preparing for a sold-out show at the O2 Arena in London. I'm a 35-year-old father. I don't play those types of games. You do know this bee you were talking to, right? I am a boy, Damon." The cryptic nature of Bow Wow's response, coupled with his apparent frustration, left fans puzzled. Many felt he failed to unequivocally deny the allegations, instead choosing to dismiss them as clout-chasing attempts. But Bow Wow's remarks have done little to silence the growing conversation about the darker side of Hollywood fame. With Orlando Brown doubling down on his claims and fans picking apart every word of Bow Wow's response, the rumors and speculation continue to swirl. What started as an offbeat comment has evolved into a broader discourse on the exploitation of young stars in the entertainment industry. The stories of Bow Wow, Orlando Brown, and others serve as a stark reminder of the hidden challenges faced by those thrust into the spotlight at a young age, where fame often comes at a devastating cost. Still, it seems people can't stop checking for Bow Wow. As one fan pointed out, he might have a loyal fan base, but Bow Wow's overestimating his current relevance. While his time in the spotlight was undeniably significant, others believe he's clutching onto the remnants of past fame. However, Bow Wow's firm denial hasn't done much to quell the internet chatter. For many, the timing of Orlando's comments and Bow Wow's heated reaction only added fuel to the fire, leaving fans wondering if there's more to this story than meets the eye. Adding to the intrigue is Big Homie CC, a former Diddy bodyguard, who didn't hold back during a bombshell interview. When asked about Diddy's infamous parties, CC spilled some jaw-dropping tea. According to him, Bow Wow's connection to these wild gatherings wasn't just as a guest. CC alleged that Bow Wow had a side hustle as a party favor at Diddy's freak-offs. In one particularly shocking revelation, CC described an incident that left attendees speechless. He recalled encountering a man in a mascot-like costume grinding on another man in the middle of the dance floor. While CC didn't name Bow Wow outright, the implication was clear, and fans immediately connected the dots. But it didn't stop there. CC referred to both individuals as furries, hinting at a deeper, more bizarre side to the events that reportedly took place at these exclusive gatherings. If CC's claims hold any weight, Bow Wow's ties to Diddy's parties might run far deeper than anyone suspected. Yet, the recurring theme in these accounts is striking. Everyone seems to know what went down at these parties, but somehow they all claim to have been uninvolved. Convenient, right? This has left fans torn. Could Bow Wow really have had such a role at these notorious gatherings, or are people like CC simply spinning tales for attention? The truth remains elusive in the secretive circles of Hollywood. So, what do you think? Are these wild allegations just baseless rumors, or is there a deeper truth hidden beneath the chaos? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for more jaw-dropping content like this. See you in the next one.